Namaste, Hari Om, welcome back. In this time we are going to talk about the ancient yoga in this modern life. First of all, the very first important thing is that the yoga that we call nowadays yoga is not really the same that in the Upanishads or in the Vedas or in the ancient texts, or not even that in the Yoga Sutra by Patanjali or in the Bhagavad Gita we were learning or studying. In this modern life, in this civilization, the most important thing is the outer part. So the most important thing people get from the yoga is the asana, the physical practice. And again, I have to repeat myself because this asana is just a very, very small part of the yoga science, but it's important as well. And I think there is no any other things that is so ancient than yoga, that we have proof, archaeologically proof from 5,000 and 6,000 years ago, where people already practiced yoga. And still today, after 6,000 years, we're still practicing yoga, and we're still talking about yoga, and yoga is very much popular nowadays. Even if the asana part is the most popular part of yoga, at least in the Western, but also nowadays most in the East part as well, I think it's always a good thing. So whoever is practicing asana, and only the asana part, at least that person will be healthy. At least that person will be fine in his or her body. If that person is fine in his or her body, then actually that person has a positive energy. And asana practice, it's always will bring somehow towards the proper respiration. And somehow the asana practice will guide you towards the proper posture. And if you have the proper posture, then you have the very good chance that your digestive system and your internal important vital organs are working in a proper way. Because if you give the space in your body for your organs, then they can work in a nice, proper way. If the posture is not good, like it's very curved, it's very close, then sooner or later there are not gonna be enough space for your internal life, for your internal world to make the job in a proper and efficient way. So I'm very happy that many people are practicing yoga. Sometimes there is an extreme yoga styles nowadays, and I don't want to even name them. But the most important thing that if you are going to teach after this course, then always please try to put into the asana class, try to put your philosophical knowledge. Try to make at least the interest of the person, because some teachers don't even talk about the spirituality. Some yoga teacher even not talk about the sage Patanjali. So then the person who is going into the yoga hall and practicing the asana full with love and happy because he or she practicing yoga, and if that person is remaining only in that level, it's not the fault of that, but the fault of the teacher who is teaching. Because at least the yoga teachers supposed to talk about the beauty of the yoga, and at least with a few words, just make the seeds of the interest of the person that there is a highest part of yoga. This body has just a certain capacity. This body is just a physical body, and as a physical thing, it has just a determined time. But if we are thinking more about the spiritual part of our existence, then actually we can live the life as it's supposed to be without being too much attached to this body, without having too much thoughts how this body going to look like and how this body will be after a certain period of time. So if we start to teach for the people who comes for the physical sides towards the yoga, that is also good, because nowadays people say yoga and health. So this the healthy thing, then yoga is 100% there. Yes, of course, it's going to be there, and it was always there. But we can go and we can search much more than the physical health. We can search and we can have the spiritual health as well, and we can have this beautiful balance between the physical and between the non-physical, the spiritual part. So the yoga is so flexible that can give the benefits and the likes for each and every person. It's no need that somebody do only practicing only the asana or only the pranayama. Yoga is actually it's sweet for everybody. It is not necessarily you need to. There is no differences. What is the skin color? There is no differences. What is your religion? Which kind of school you have, which kind of interest you have, because yoga is not about the external world, and yoga is not about what you gain and with what is in your identity card, but yoga is much more about yourself. That knowledge that nobody can give you, that knowledge that is not written in any books, that is not taught in any university, that is not depend on any color or religion. That knowledge that everybody must discover by itself, because that is you, and that you can just only you who can have the proper understanding about yourself. Nobody can do it for you. So that's why it's very important that yoga is. It's better if we are not saying that ancient yoga, because yoga is not ancient. Yoga is a very, very modern, and I think this is that period when the humanity very much needs to understand what is the real yoga and what yoga can give for the future and for the next generation. Whatever we doing now, we are not doing for ourselves, but we are doing for a best life for the next generation. And if everybody would practicing yoga in a proper way, even with asana, even with the benefits of the good shape at the beginning, because that is the most important thing, then slowly, let's give the possibility to the people, let's give the possibility to the humanity to becoming a real human and not becoming violent, not becoming too much materialistic. So let's because I think we cannot discover more materialistic things that we already discovered. Now let's discover the real important things inside in the internal part. And if it's happening, if everybody would be interested just a little bit what is going on inside and for where we are coming, why we are here, then this life and for the next generation, the life and this world is just becoming a perfect place as it's supposed to be and as it is, but maybe we are not using in a proper way, like we are not using in a proper way the knowledge of yoga. In the ancient time, the yoga was not available for everybody. The yoga was available for just a very few person, and that person was very proud of that knowledge and the possibility that he or she, that time mostly he, can learn about the yoga from a guru. Nowadays we can have everything, we can just download from the Google or from watching the YouTube, but still we don't understood what and how big gift is from the universe. So please, if you have this intention to teach people, then don't stop just only the asana teaching. Go and talk about the deepest and the most beauty part of the yoga. Then this ancient science will be, as it is, a modern science will help for the humanity to create a better place. This is my opinion, this is my personal wish, and this is my personal request for you. If you go and teach yoga, please bring into the philosophy of the yoga, bring into the asana practice, and bring into the spiritualism. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Namaste. Hari Om.